Yo, what's up, Misfits? Crypto Kirk back at it. So, I wanted to talk about the Winkelvoss twins, right? And I wanted to touch base on a couple articles that I found on Reddit yesterday. One of them is actually an old article, but entertaining nonetheless. So, the Winkelvoss twins. A couple days ago, my video stated that these guys are animals. They are visionaries, they're forward thinkers, and we need to keep an eye on them. Kind of like whatever they have their hands in, then we should, be researching that and getting our hands into it as well, right? Just because they always seem to be two steps ahead of the pack. So, not even 24 hours, the very next day after my video, they were right on cue. As soon as I said their beast mode, they get a security patent signed up and good to go the very next day. Okay, so interesting stuff. They are, in an effort to safeguard multifarious cryptocurrency transactions taking place over the internet, the twins have successfully won a security patent. The application covers a detailed system that aims at securing digital transactions. Okay, they're going to be using it on their Gemini exchange. It's a system, method, and program product for processing secure transactions within a cloud computing system. So, big stuff, man, ahead. Big stuff ahead. Just like I said, man, the sentiment is feeling pretty good. And overall, across social media and the internet, I don't know if it's a head fake. We'll find out soon. But always play safe, guys. Always stay alert. Always be vigilant. Stay on your toes. Okay, but the Winklevoss twins, they're definitely on their toes. Okay, and they have been for a while. But I found something that's got me retracting my statement. So I said you guys should follow them. No, we shall not actually. Okay, we're gonna second thought that whole notion, and we're gonna turn around and start walking the other way. And I'll show you why. I'll show you why. But first, I want to show you this article. Interview with a few whales. Okay, this person Juicy Spark uploaded it on Reddit, and it's pretty interesting. It goes into the heads of a few whales. Okay, and these are conservative whales. So I'm gonna put that out on the table right away. Okay, just so you guys, because I didn't agree with it in its entirety. And I'll show you what I mean. So basically, Juicy Spark has friends that are millionaire Bitcoin investors, and they had dinner one night. Okay, and I'll put the link to this article in the description so you guys can read the whole thing. It's a pretty good read. The middle part is kind of boring, but whatever. So they sat down, had dinner, had a couple drinks. They talked crypto, and Juicy Spark took some notes and pretty much uploaded it to Reddit for us to read. So number one, they all sell when one of their holdings pumps, and then they rebuy after it dips. That's no surprise there. Even little guys like us do that. But they don't sell all of it. They usually sell off 10 to 25% depending on the situation. So I thought that number would have been a little higher. That's just me. I think this is really conservative. Really conservative. And if you can read number two, they're not short-term holders. That's beginning to tell you that yes, they are conservative. They're more of the Warren Buffett school of hard knocks, long-term hold, patience wins out. The only time they sell is to rebuy and increase positions. You know, so conservative whales. There's aggressive whales too. Even in every class, every demographic. Okay, the $1,000 players, the $100 players, the $1,000,000 players. They all have their own different walks of life. Okay, whether they're aggressive, conservative, sneaky, devilish, honest, innocent. That's what these guys are here. So number three, they keep about 10% of their holdings on exchanges. No biggie there. That ends up being millions scattered on different exchanges just because they play with so much money. And some insight here. The exchanges they trust the most are Kraken and Binance, so that's good to know. And then they keep the rest in a mix of hard wallets, paper wallets, mobile wallet, which their wallet of choice is Bread, so that's good insight, and Ledger Nanos. Some of the Ledger Nanos and paper wallets are stored in actual banks. There's extra security. So number 3 involved a little bit of good insight there. Kraken and Binance is their most trusted. If you are going to use a mobile wallet, evidently their wallet of choice is Bread. So, if you're interested, look into that. And they actually use physical banks for added security. Number 4, they rarely or never join ICOs. They believe ICOs are only for suckers. 9 times out of 10, it dumps once it releases. I don't agree with that. I agree that it dumps often. I don't agree with the fact that it's only for suckers. There's good money to be made in ICOs. So I don't agree with that number 4 at all. Number 5, they don't want the market to dip. They would rather see Bitcoin stay up or stay the same price. That's where they make the most money. Number 6, market manipulation. They have no intentions of doing it. They have colleagues that are long-term holders. They do believe that manipulation exists, but it's more likely done by individuals in other countries or by large institutions. Come on. Other countries? That is so naive. The fact that you don't think it happens in your home country, wherever this may be, okay? It happens everywhere, and it's by large and small institutions. Everyone plays a hand in it if they can. I mean, even, we could be a whale of a certain coin if we wanted to, and therefore manipulate that market, okay? Depends on how much we want to spend on it. So, big or small, anybody can manipulate. I don't agree with the fact that it has to be in other countries. That's silly. Can they manipulate the market? So Juicy Spark asked his buddies if they could personally manipulate the market. They said yes, they could, but get this. They said, quote unquote, we are being watched. Their BTC addresses are audited and tracked. If they got caught, they could be in a lot of trouble. So, what I tell you guys, back in, several videos ago, I told you you're not anonymous. It's not as private as you may think. Okay, don't be so naive and silly to think that your activity across the blockchain is done in secrecy. It's absolutely not. Now, prying eyes, they're watching whales more so than they're bothering with us. Okay, at least most of us. But nonetheless, everyone's being watched to a certain extent. Okay, so basically, I mean, they get into some decent stuff. I'll let you guys finish it up, all right? But overall, a decent read. They talk about criminals getting into crypto, and it's a very dangerous group, and they can't be stopped, and it's people that you don't want to mess with, okay? So I'll put the link in the description. That's that, and then I'm going to finish up with the Winkelvoss twins. So why do we not want to follow the Winkelvoss twins, okay? Because evidently, there was a time traveler, Luka Magnota. He came 4 years ago, guys, and he disappeared. He just made this posting and disappeared. And supposedly he came from the year 2025, okay? He's contacting us to beg us to stop this project we call cryptocurrency and blockchain, okay? So he says things are looking bleak here, and some of you will carry blood on your hands. If you don't believe me, please move on, as I have no way of proving to you I'm really who I claim to be. I don't want to waste your time, blah, blah, blah. On average, every year so far, the value of Bitcoin has increased by a factor of 10. So this paragraph, he pretty much hits it on the nail on the head. He says it's going to be $10,000 in 2017. Which was correct, 100,000 in 2019, and then $1 million in 2021. So there are two main forms of wealth in today's world: land and cryptocurrency. Okay, so that's only a mere 7 years from now, guys. That's gonna be a blink of an eye. And look how much has changed or will change from now until then. Okay, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he goes on to say that if you just simply had 0.001 Bitcoin or more, then you were considered wealthy pretty much, okay? And criminal activity went through the roof, and there was cities being built, okay? And, like the stuff you see in futuristic movies, gated communities, there was a disparity of wealth, okay? And you were either super poor or super rich. And there was like kingdoms. Governments tried to stay relevant by buying Bitcoin in secret. Okay? His version of Edward Snowden's were in fact greedy government employees who transferred Bitcoin to their own private account and escaped to some places where they didn't ask questions as long as you can cough up enough dough. So really interesting stuff. So 7 years from now, guys, it's gonna get crazy, according to Luka. All right, so believe what you want. And then here he says the North Korean government owns basically the most Bitcoins. Okay, as well as Saudi Arabia, the IMF, and ASIC Miner. Okay, crazy stuff. So here's what I'm getting at, and I'll put the link here too. But what happened to the Winkelvoss twins, guys? The Winkelvoss twins were among the first to die. so, so guys, we're not gonna follow the Winkelvoss twins anymore, okay? Unless you're feeling froggy. I'm sure. Hey, you'll probably make a lot of money, but then you're gonna be dead in like 6 years. So, hey, if you're cool with that, then more power to you. But I'm backing off that statement, okay? So the Winklevoss twins were among the first to die after seeing the enormous damage done to the fabric of society. Terrorist movements emerged that sought to hunt down and murder anyone known to have a large balance of Bitcoin or believed to be responsible in any way for the development of cryptocurrency. Winklevoss twins, check and check. Okay? So guys, you'll end up being guilty by association if you're anywhere near them in 6-7 years. Okay? So let's back off a little bit. So ironically, these terrorist movements used Bitcoin to anonymously fund their operations. Of course they did. So go figure. But anyway, people had to go in hiding if you owned a lot of Bitcoins and change identities. I mean, just crazy, crazy shit. All right. So Africa, the continent, was forced to basically go bankrupt because of a Russian hack. This is 7 years from now, guys. Luka Magnota. So I'll put the links to these two articles. I thought it was good stuff. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful finish to the week, heading into the weekend. You guys make the most of your days. It's Crypto Kirk. It's the Crypto Misfits. We out.